Okay, so Tim Westwood has decided to plead not guilty, just so I can remind you guys what this guy's being accused of, because there's no smoke without fire. Obviously, everybody is entitled to a fair trial, but this guy targeted young black women, bro, and it's been known for years. You know, it's been known for years. And court isn't about whether you did it or not. It's about whether there's enough evidence to prove that you did it or not, because now the prosecution is going to have to prove beyond a reasonable doubt that he did these things that took place long before I was born. Long before I was born, you know, it's insane. Westwood, 68 of Westminster, he was charged with 9 counts of indecent assault, 2 counts of sexual assault, 4 counts of rape. Now, we've gone over everything. We've gone over exactly what these things mean, but I'm going to go over what they actually mean again, just so you guys can understand what this guy's been accused of 9 times, what this guy's been accused of 2 times, and what this guy's been accused of 4 times. Now, the reason it's 9 counts of indecent assault and 2 counts of sexual assault, it's because before 2003, sexual assault was indecent assault. And indecent assault is intentional physical contact or touching without consent. Without consent. The touching has to be sexual, meaning a reasonable person would judge it to be sexual or indecent. And it has to be very obvious that the person didn't agree, and you knew that the person didn't agree. And this carries a maximum sentence of 10 years in prison. And if he is found guilty, he's going to receive a much worse sentence, because, you know, if you plead guilty, you get a third off your sentence. Well, if you plead guilty at the earliest opportunity, it's a third off your sentence. If you plead guilty later after, then it's a quarter of your sentence. And then if you plead guilty at the last minute, it's only 10% off your sentence. If you guys have been watching EastEnders, you'll see that didn't make a difference, because Teddy got life in prison, 20 years to life in prison. Now, the 4 counts of rape, I explained this to you guys already. In the UK, only someone with a penis can be guilty of rape, and 2 counts can happen in the same night. It's literally just about entry into the mouth, anus, vagina, things like that. You guys know how nasty it gets. But just to break down, you know, this is like, it's not normal to be accused of things like this. As I said, there's no smoke without fire, but the man has decided to plead not guilty. We're going to see what happens in court. I hope all of the girls, you know, because it was majority, we don't know if there were other race of girls, but we know it was predominantly black women that this guy targeted. We know this. My auntie, who used to do the doors for my uncle, who was a DJ back in the day, she told me, bruv, she would see him. This guy's 68, by the way. She'd see him coming there with young things, you know? Maybe not underage, but young things, okay? That's the truth. And this is also devastating for the victims as well, because the victims are going to have to now. This is how you know, this is how selfish he is, all right? Because, I mean, he doesn't mind putting the victims through more trauma by having to explain again what he did to them, you know? He's putting them through that. But hey, let's see what Sky News has to say.
News this hour, the former radio DJ Tim Westwood has pleaded not guilty to 4 counts of rape, 9 counts of indecent assault, and 2 counts of sexual assault. He was appearing.
Look at him. This guy's 68. You know, like, this is not a young. This man's way older than my dad, bro. This guy's 68. Like.
At Southwark Crown Court. Let's bring in our arts and entertainment correspondent, Katie Spencer. Katie, what more can you tell us?
Look, for those who aren't familiar with Tim Westwood's career, in the 90s he was one of the most prominent hip-hop DJs working in radio in this country, so influential that some of the biggest US stars used to see him pretty much as a sort of gateway into getting listened to in this country. But he faced...
And that's how he positioned himself. That's how he positioned himself, as the gateway to the UK. It's like, okay, you got to go through him. You know what I mean? American rappers, they still talk about Tim Westwood because they know him as the gateway to the UK. And on top of that, what he would do is he would always be doing uni parties. You see him in Lagos doing parties and stuff. The man's like pushing 70, DJing at uni parties, bro. That's how he would stay relevant, you know, stay in the conversation. It's a good tactic, but at the same time, you're a weirdo, bro, in my opinion. You're gonna have your day in court though, okay? Innocent until proven guilty, guys, right? Just to be clear, because I know this guy's on the suing thing, right? He's probably on the suing thing. So we just want to make that very clear. We have freedom of expression in this country.
This is now 15 charges to which he has pleaded not guilty to all of those charges, including claims that he raped and sexually assaulted 7 women over the course of his career. He arrived here a little earlier today. He is out on bail, and the judge has kept that part of the conditions. But he's been charged with 4 counts of rape, 9 counts of indecent assault and 2 counts of sexual assault, to which he has pleaded not guilty to all of those. 3 of those indecent assaults that he's been charged with allegedly took place at the BBC studios where he used to work during the 90s, when he would have been at the height of his fame. Westwood is also alleged to have raped a woman at a London hotel in 1996, but he has...
BBC studios, and them lot had the nerve to make a documentary about me and try and get me to pay my TV license. That's what I'm saying, man. But this guy apparently went to the court hearing.
Today, I attended Tim Westwood's pre-trial hearing. It was an absolute mess. This man walked in, he looks so downcast, like literally a walking corpse, and exhausted. He looked pissed off, did not want to be there at all. You have the press on the left, and he looked at the public gallery quite a few times, trying to see if anybody was there to support him. Guys, the public gallery was very empty. Barely anybody there. It was only majority press. You would have expected a man like this to have had friends attend.
That is also a red flag. That is also a red flag in itself. That you don't have people there to support you. You know what I mean? If you are innocent, that in itself, I think is a red flag. You know, that in itself. He's always alone. Like, is this guy married? You know what I mean? Does he have children? Does he have kids? These are the questions you have to ask yourself, because and again, we're not judging a man for his life and things like that. I'm just thinking, you know, logically here. Like, if I'm highly successful, bro, I would be having, you're not going to have kids, you're not going to settle down, or you're just out here piping whatever at your big age. Is that what you haven't changed your ways? That's just what I'm thinking. I find that strange.
Support him. Nobody was there to support him. He stood up, and 15 times he was asked for each of the counts that he's facing, whether he pleads guilty or not guilty. Not guilty for all of them. He was granted bail as well, and it's been announced that his trial estimated date is going to be mid-January 2027. It was going to be 2026 December, but they pushed it back to January 2027 due to the availability of the lawyers. But it was an absolute mess. No guilty plea is what he's going for. Shocked that he was granted bail, which was good for him. Don't know if he's given his passport because he needs to, because the way that man is always in Nigeria for no reason. But mess.
Absolute mess, bruv. Absolute mess. Listen, I hope the victims get the justice that they deserve. This guy's obviously naturally going to drag it out for as long as he can. Man, 2027 is a long time. He's going to be out until then, and you're going to see him still doing his thing.
And it's like hip hop quotables, like the prison pillows give me fresh.
No, it's mad.
I clicked on the wrong video. I meant to click on this one.
And it's like hip hop.
Okay, we're unable to click on it. But thank you guys so much for watching the video. If you did enjoy it, please be sure to give it a like, subscribe to the channel if you are new, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace and love to every single one of you guys watching the video. Thank you. Merry Christmas.